Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. I felt on World Mental Health Awareness Day that I wanted to do a reading for those of you who are in most need of it, for messages from Spirit. And I'm not quite sure how this reading is going to go, but I know which cards I want to use. And this reading is for those that are in need of it at this moment in time. If it doesn't resonate with you, darling, it simply means it was not for you. But let's start first of all with my very special Spirit Song Tarot, and then we'll move on to I think I'm going to use the Light Seers, my Sun and Moon Tarot as well, and just see where we go with this reading. So let's have a look, my darling, for where you are currently right now, you know, your sort of mental health, what energy you're projecting out, and let's just see what comes through for you now from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for those that most need to hear these messages today. Well, that's come out. So you're feeling very burdened at the moment, burdened by a great deal of things, and a lot of it, I'm just showing you, it's the 10 of Acorns, which is the 10 of Wands. You're feeling as if literally the world of, you know, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And I think you're having problems trying to pinpoint. It's like you've almost taken on so much that you can't compartmentalize which responsibility, which problem is you can let go. So that's the first thing, my darling, is to accept that there are some problems, and I'm going to call them problems for the moment, that are at the core of a problem, and there are others which are little sort of nuisances that actually it's an interesting thing. I kind of see it like a computer. You know, when you have too many tabs open on your computer and your screen, your computer starts buffering, it can't cope with all the tabs that are open. So if you can compartmentalize all these different things that you're worrying about, which of those tabs is the important tabs to keep open, and which of the tabs can you close down? It doesn't really matter either way. Sorry about that. It doesn't really matter either way, because that's going to help you at this time. The 10 of Wands is that you are coming to the end of some cycle in your life. And this is a chance and a moment for you to literally throw off a lot of this weight of responsibility. It is not needed. It is not your responsibility. The only responsibility you have, my darling, is for you and your mental health. This is very important that you understand this. It is not your responsibility about how anybody else is in your life. You can't fix other people. You can't mend other people. You can't force another to be something that you wish for them to be. The only person you have any control over is you. And one of the greatest lessons we can learn in our life is that people don't think the way that we do, that you do. Everybody has their own direct perception. Everybody sees things as they are. That might be cloudy. It might be a very clear lens of life. But release your expectations of others and release this responsibility that you feel that you have for other people and for situations as well at this time. You take on too much, you do too much for others, and I feel that you don't feel that that is reciprocated. And this is a time for you to create those healthy boundaries for yourself, to say no at times. Do things, obviously, if you wish to do them and you want to do them, and you do them from a place of unconditional love, expecting nothing in return. You do it simply because you love to do it. But don't do it if you are feeling that there is a lack of giving and receiving in this, because all it does is cause you pain and you hurt. So it's a chance for you at the moment to take a step back and set these limitations for yourself. I'm going to show you the picture again of this donkey. So the donkey, obviously, the beautiful analogy, the story of the donkey that God gave the cross to all donkeys because of their loyalty that they showed to Christ, the donkey showed to Christ at the end when he was at the cross. And, you know, you have an incredible loyalty to people. It is a beautiful attribute of value to have, but don't let other people take advantage of that. And look to yourself as to when you are doing things for other people, does it make you feel good? Are you doing it because you wish to receive something in return? Is that love? Is that affection? You don't have to work so hard to receive love from others. You really don't. And actually, if you are doing things in order to receive that, then it is something within yourself that you need to adjust within yourself, my darling. So let's move forward with the reading, and I'm just going to put that here and see what else. So this is kind of where you are right now. So now I want to see about something that is clouding what is clouding this perception that you have at the moment. And by the way, I do have my two little dogs. One of them is my puppy. I've got three dogs, but two of them are playing here. So they are playing at my feet, and one of them might come up and say hello, but they are just making a little bit of noise. So I do forgive that. So 7 of Cups. And the moon has now appeared at the bottom of the deck twice, by the way. The 7 of Cups is your choices. It says here, choices and ambitions. You are at a crossroad of choices at the moment about what you are wishing to do with your life. You don't know which way to turn, that way, this way. And it's a very difficult place to be when you do not know what to do. And the best thing to do when you don't know what to do is simply to do nothing and to go into a place where you are being. We are human beings, we're not human doings. When you are feeling pressurized to make a decision about something, don't bow to that pressure. It has to feel right. When you make a decision, you make a decision and you feel relief as you're making that decision. There is a lightness. So if you're feeling pressure at the moment, remove yourself from that pressure. You and only you, my darling, as I said, are in control of your life, control of your feelings. It is your choice how to feel about things. And when you're in a space that you are right now, as I come back to it, the best place is to try and be as much as possible. Be that human being. In that moment of being, where you are living in that present moment, not in the past, not in the future, you're safe, you're protected, you are as one with the I am, because you are being, you are absolutely in that moment, not letting the past come in and affect the present, or the future come in and affect the present. And in fact, past, present, and future is so closely entwined, because as I've spoken, it's been in the past and now I'm already in the future speaking. So that's another story for another day. But when you are in that present moment, I want you to say these words to yourself. I want you to say, I am open. I am is incredibly powerful, by the way, because I am states that you are, I am, you are in the present moment. I am open and I am willing to receive whatever guidance, whatever insight that my soul is wishing to tell me. I am open and ready to receive. I am not going to attach any opinions to anything, because it is only through having strong opinions on things that we can't sometimes see the truth. And I am open and willing to receive guidance at this time. Thank you for helping me to understand that these problems have already been resolved for me. When we take our hands off the wheel, that wheel of fortune, when we try not to control something, then we allow the universe to step in. You see, your soul is causing everything to happen. And sometimes it does it individually, sometimes it does it in conjunction, in collaboration with other souls. And that's when you see serendipitous moments and signs and synchronicities and everything. But when you are, so as you are in this space and you are open to receiving and you're not attaching an outcome to anything, you allow the universe to step in. You start to see God's hand in everything, because you're not, by trying to control that wheel, you're stopping it from doing its natural turn. The other thing to remember when you are in this I am moment, even if you don't understand and it's very confusing where you are right now, is to accept. And then in the moment of acceptance, you feel relief, is to accept that your soul, that piece of divinity, the piece of the universe that's within you, understands exactly where you are and why you are there, understands that this is a path that your soul chose to be on. And the purpose of our paths is for our soul to remember what it has always known, that it is a part of all that is, the I am, the omniverse. And through that, you will feel a sense of relief because you are again in that moment of accepting where you are, even though it may be very uncomfortable, just like the lobster. The lobster can only grow when it gets so uncomfortable, it has to break out of its shell to grow. And wherever you are right now, you're coming to the end of something that's a 10 and you're about to step into something new. And that's change. And change is good, my darling. Change is the evolution process, and evolution never, ever goes backwards. It always goes forward. So if you can see this change, however comfortable it is taking you from one place where you are to another, embrace it as much as possible. Be grateful for it as much as possible, the good and the bad, because everything is a learning or a remembering opportunity for you to release, to let go, to evolve, to self-love, and to come into such an extraordinary foundation for yourself. This is a transformative time for you. And I have the moon card here. Now, I love to see the moon card here because this is a major arcana, and this is therefore a life-changing moment, a pivotal moment for you. The moon card, it says here, imagination and perception. But the moon card is what you can imagine you can achieve if you believe it, and if you believe that you deserve it too, my darling. Because if the energy that you're giving off is one of, I don't deserve this, then that is what you're attracting in towards yourself. We are all simply energy, and the emotions you feel are energy in motion. So imagine yourself like that radio signal. If you believe that you deserve what you are wishing for to come into your life, or for a clearer, more clarity in your life, then believe it. Believe that you have those answers within yourself, because the moment you start to allow yourself to listen and observe is the moment you start to allow your soul to speak to you. Because if your mind, which bless everybody's minds, all of our minds, they're like that brass band. They're like the naughty monkeys. They make a lot of noise, and your mind is just a bunch of thoughts that goes round and round, generally, like a spin cycle on a washing machine, round and round and round and round. And it's the same old thoughts. It's the same old patterns. It's the same reactions to things, because your mind can only process what you have learned or been told or thought during this lifetime. Your soul, your instinct, is that piece of divine wisdom, infinite wisdom. And it was interesting because I was thinking today that Mother Nature, that's why I love these cards, Mother Nature has so much to teach us. We are the only species that choose or don't believe our instinct is something to be trusted. Every other species, everything is instinctive. The salmon that swims up the rivers against the current, the birds that migrate, the bee that flies from flower to flower, they all follow their instinct. They follow their soul-driven path, their instinct, and what they do for the good of others. So if you follow your instincts, if you listen to yourself, you start to really listen to your feelings, how you're feeling about things, then you can't go far wrong, because when you're on that life path, the magic starts to happen, the things start to happen, and you start to see and feel a resonance and a relief with things that are happening, because you suddenly start to see the magic that's happening. If you're feeling this uncomfortable place, it's because you're meant to not be there. You're moving from there to there. This is an extraordinary change for you, my darling. The owl is, the moon is about facing your fears. It's about being made to feel uncomfortable. This is for your evolution. Everything is happening for you, not to you. And it's how you choose to receive it, my darling. That's the gift in this present moment. Everything's happening for you, not to you. It's how you choose to receive that. That is the gift in this present moment. So just wanted to repeat that. The moon also talks about a path yet unknown, or a path that you're not seeing. It's something that's there. It's something also that you're receiving insights, a lot of insights. You're very empathic. You are very intuitive. You have a perspective of things where you can see the big picture, but you don't always trust it. Trust the voices that you hear in your head sometimes, where it comes in and you think, oh, where did I get that from? How do I know that? That makes sense. That is your soul talking to you, my darling. And it's about you understanding that you are creating your own universe. You are incredibly powerful, incredibly powerful. Everybody, we all are a piece of infinite source, wisdom, divinity. And when you come into that space and understand that actually those three tools of creation, what you think, say, and do now, you're placing into your future, then what you do now in this present moment is so incredibly important for you. So let's move ahead and let's just see what else comes out for you. I want to look at how you can deepen your connection with your soul, with spirit. Thank you for those that most need to hear this. So you've got the Emperor has come out. Thank you. How can they deepen their connection to source energy at this time? Thank you. And you've got the Magician and the Three of Pentacles. So this is very beautiful. So the Emperor is here. Now, the Emperor talks about focus and stability on the front of this card. This is the Cougar spirit. You come across as very well respected, very confident, okay? And you have a great deal of wisdom to you. You're very capable. You're very good at doing things. But Spirit is saying with this card, pull back, pull back. Don't rush in, because by rushing in, you're trying to make something happen. And when you rush in sometimes and you try and control things, then what happens is it's a little bit like a bull in a china shop. You're in danger of trampling over things that you're meant to see, maybe people's feelings. Just rein it back and allow the universe to step in and do what it does so beautifully for you. If something is intended for you, my darling, then you're not going to lose it. If something is intended in your life, you have a soul-to-soul contract with something, an event, an experience, a person, it's not going to not come back to you if you feel like you've lost it already. But you know what? Sometimes we have to be removed from situations and from people because we can't hurt in the place that we were healed. And sometimes our soul craves and yearns that solitude, that isolation, because in that isolation, you have a chance to reconnect. In that isolation, you have a chance to hang out literally with your higher self. Silent and listen contain the same letters. And sometimes other people's perceptions of things, their direct perception or their cloudy perception has an impact on you and your energy. You are always given people and situations to help you. God always answers all the time, will always answer your question, and it could come through in a variety of different ways. But when you are alone, it is time spent with the universe, it's time spent with God, and your soul is yearning and asking you to stop, to be still, to listen, because you have everything you need from within you, everything, if you were but to trust it. And, also problems tend to be problems in our mind because it's something that didn't quite work out the way that we wanted it to work out. And we are all very addicted to talking about our problems. But where attention goes, energy flows. So sometimes if you want a problem or an issue to go away, stop giving it the only power it has, your attention. Just stop. Come away from the problem and focus in the present moment on those things that make you happy. Just little things, everything, little moment. And in this moment, just take that deep breath and say, I am where I am meant to be. Thank you for me understanding this. I am ready to receive. I am ready to receive guidance. Thank you for my strength. Thank you for my courage. Thank you for my wisdom. Thank you for me being able to see and understand and feel this. Your mind, that's why you have to be out of your mind sometimes to get the clarity that you need. Because our mind can't make sense of it on its own. It has to have the soul's wisdom. So your mind is like this divine masculine, this emperor. It's very logical, it's very clever. But the empathic side, the moon, that needs to come into it. You have to feel your way around this. And I want you to look at wherever you are now, because everything has happened for you, to see during my life, what has happened to bring me to where I am now? What have I learned from that? Or what didn't I learn from that? And the way to do that is almost to stand back and observe, watching you almost like an actor in the movie of your life. What did I take from that? What did I learn from that? Did I repeat that? Was that a repetition of something I've done before? And sometimes we have to have the kind of whole truth slapped in our face for us finally to receive, to see things. I'm going to move on, and where were we? So that was the Emperor. Then you had the Magician has come out. So this is wonderful. So this is how you can help connect to your source energy, to your higher self, to your soul, to your instinct. It's the Magician. The keeper of secrets, the crow here. The Magician is to remind you that we were created to create. We are an individual representation, expression, physical expression of all that is the I am, the omniverse, the universe, God, whatever you want to call him, her, it. We are all a piece of that. We are all an individual expression of that. And we are a soul having a human experience. And the purpose of that experience can be many, many-fold, like layers of a cake. But our soul chose this path. And as I said at the beginning, this is every relationship experience is for our soul to evolve, our soul to experience, for the I am to experience life itself through us. And so as we go through this journey, our soul remembers things because it knows everything to the moment we were born. And as we go through this journey, our soul remembers. And that's when, if you have an instinctive moment about something, that aha moment, that light bulb moment, your soul has remembered what it has always known, that it is a member of all that is I am. So you are incredibly powerful. You are a master manifester, a creator. Have some fun with this, okay? Because the universe loves a bit of fun, and there is an extraordinary sense of humor. So one of the things I sometimes do, I don't do it every day because I always imagine my guys going, oh my gosh, doing it again. I say, thank you for my surprise and delight today. And then I let go of what that might be. And I just get on with my day. And I always receive a surprise and delight. And it can come in many, many, many different forms. So try that one out. Because this is all meant to be, the universe, the universe is on your side. It's your friend. It's not there to trick you out or do anything. It is there, but all you have to do is feel it and listen to it. So the other thing you can do is to say thank you for something, because when you say thank you for something and you haven't seen it yet, you are stating in that moment, I know it's coming, and your knowing wills it towards you. So say thank you for something, anything that you do not have any attachment to at all. Doesn't matter if it comes into your life or not. And then let it go. And then you will be surprised. You will have a lovely moment when that thing, an object normally is something really good to do, appears in your life. And it will appear with a little bit of coincidence, serendipity, humor, whatever, but it'll appear in your life at some stage. And you'll go, oh my goodness, that was so funny because I did a thank you very much for that. So just tentatively start to get into touch with your soul by having some fun. Have some fun with this, my darling. And in doing that, you start to believe, because you see, we can hope about things, we can wish for something, but a wish for something holds a huge element of doubt to it. It's like almost unattainable. And when we we hope for something, we have a little bit more kind of trust it might be coming in, but there's still that element of doubt that I don't know if it's going to happen, or I'd be really lucky if it did. Then when we trust and believe in something, we kind of know it's going to happen, but there could be some things that might get in the way. When we know something's going to happen, when belief becomes knowing, because we know this connection, we know that we are creators. We either create, we cause things to happen as an individual soul, or we do it in collaboration with other souls. And when we understand that, we have that knowing, then you will it towards you. And when the imagining of what you are wishing for in your life and why you're wishing it, the feeling you get when you think about that, when that is enough for you and you don't feel a lack of in your life because you are being in the present moment and it's coming, but it's going to come in divine timing when it's right for everybody involved. When that is enough for you, my darling, then you are absolutely willing it into your life. So don't fear the failure. We have to, life would be incredibly boring if we knew exactly how things were going to turn out, if we knew what, the next stages of our journey were. That is why this is a magical mystery tour. And it can be terrifying if you want to make it terrifying, or you can have this excitement attached to it. You have to go to the edge. That beautiful poem, "Come to the edge," he said. "We're too afraid," they said. "Come to the edge," he said. "We don't want to," they said. "Come to the edge," he said. "I can't fly," they said. "Come to the edge," he said. "We're too busy," they said. I'm doing my own version of it, but it is like this. "Come to the edge," he said. And they came and he pushed and they flew. You have to grow, to evolve. You have to sometimes feel really uncomfortable, because it's through those darker periods of your life that you can evolve, can shift, can let go of things. And that's why don't trust at this moment in time in your passions, in what you wish to do, my darling. What is it you're wishing to create? Do you know your life path? Is it something you're wanting to do, but you're fearing the failure? If you feel it, darling, you're not going to fail. But if you stumble on that path, that stumbling is an obstacle, is a block to help you evolve and grow and learn from. So let's move ahead, and let me just see if there's anything else for you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Don't make where you are, try not to make where you are too big a deal. Try not to give that negativity too much attention. Where attention goes, energy flows. Keep saying, "I know this problem's been resolved for me. Thank you for helping me to understand that. Thank you for my surprise and delight that's going to be associated with it." Hand the problem over with the acceptance you are meant to be exactly where you're meant to be right now. And then you now have the Knight of Feathers, this beautiful Knight of Feathers, action and focus. This is the Knight of Swords. The coyote here is an intense observer, okay? Watches. This is you. This is going to be you watching what is happening around you that you're creating in your universe. Oh, why did that happen? Oh, that friend just called me and said something interesting. Oh, I've just seen that on TV. And that really resonates with me because I was listening to something else the other day. All messages for you, my darling. This is your universe. So, intense observer. Now, the Knight of Swords is an interesting knight because it's about movement. But the Knight of Swords has chosen, because everything is a choice, darling, has chosen to leave a battleground, has chosen to come away from it. You are so tired at the moment. You are emotionally exhausted and you are tired of the burden that you are putting on yourself because of you feel the responsibility that you feel that you have for other people, and you can't help other people. Our lives are about the lives of people we touch, but you can truly help people when you fix and focus on yourself first, and then you come into such a place of a strong foundation that all you have is love to give others and understanding and compassion. But you can't do that from a bucket with an empty hole in it. You can't do it from a place where you're not giving yourself the self-love that you deserve. And so this is the Knight of Swords for me now, in this present moment, talking to you. It's about making that choice to leave that negativity that's pulling you back, to go forth. Somebody said to me, stay forthwith. And I thought, what a lovely expression, go forthwith, and make a decision about what is right for you, because fundamentally what is right for you is going to be right for everybody else around you, because if it's for your soul path, it's going to be right for them. And it may not be obvious and apparent initially, but it will be later. With this Knight of Swords, swords can be about the conflict within you, but not this Knight of Swords. This Knight of Swords is movement that you have with that one sword, which is your clarity, your focus, your intent, and with a way that you almost feel like you've been able to voice your expression, you've been able to speak for the first time, the words are coming, you know what you want to do, the insights are coming in, and there's movement because of that. Nothing will block your progress, my darling, if you replace that faith over fear, that you are meant to be doing what you feel that you should be doing in this situation. And if you're not sure what you should be doing because of all these choices, then just sit back and say, I'm meant to be exactly where I am right now. This is where my soul knows I should be. If you're having a cup of tea right now, I'm meant to be having this cup of tea right now. Thank you for the answers coming in for me. Thank you for the guidance that my soul, the universe, is giving me at this time. Thank you for me trusting that I will know the direction to go. And if you do know your direction, darling, then do it, and do it with a faith over fear. Fear, feeling excited and ready. Flip it in your mind, feeling excited and ready. And this is and it shows as well with the Knight of Swords, this movement, that there's going to be something that will come in for you, and you have to move while the opportunity is there. Is there anything else? I'm going to use my Sun and Moon Tarot now. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. You know, you only have so much emotional energy each day, my darling. So don't exhaust it on things, on all those extra tabs, all those extra things. There are so many things that you can put away in your mind and say, that's for another day. This is time for self-is, not selfless. For self-is, you know, our lives, everything you're doing, whether you know it or not, is for the evolution of your soul. Thank you, Spirit. Hierophant. Beautiful, beautiful card here. And I've only just pulled these cards out. So I've had them away for a while and they've been wanting to pop out, and they've come out at the right moment. The Hierophant. I just want to show that to you again and have a little look myself. And my doggies are being a little bit naughty here. So the Hierophant is about a commitment you're going to make to yourself about doing what's right for you. It's about listening. If you have guidance around you at this time, teachers around you, whatever you're doing for a course or something, the Hierophant is there to show you the commitment that you are making to it and what you should be making to this. Excuse me a second, I'm just going to shut this door. You're looking, this is this confusion, there is something that you know is there, you're looking for something as well. And this is why the universe is going to give you so many different opportunities and possibilities of things. And so if more, as I said, if more than one person suggests that you do something, then do it, look to do it, because that is opening that door of opportunity, of possibility. I didn't know, say a year and a half ago, that I'd be sitting here doing tarot readings. I just did them for friends and close friends, because I wouldn't step out of my comfort zone to go and do it for the wider public, let alone go onto YouTube and sit here talking to myself. So, but I had to go to the edge of my comfort zone to do it. And I got my nudges from the universe. I got my little pushed through along the path, and there were those that helped me to do that at the right time. And I followed what I understood was my passion, what I understood I love to do. And so I created this. But if I had chosen not to do it because I feared doing it, I would never have known about this. I would never have done this path. So it's about, but I had the faith that this was my path. This is what I was meant to do. This was my life calling. And sometimes, when you go through life and you've had so many different experiences happen, those experiences that happen for you are allowing you to evolve and grow to a place where you can then provide that guidance to others, to be potentially that trigger to help another heal themselves. Because as I speak to you, there will be many of you that may resonate with this and think, oh, that makes sense to me. And that's because your soul has chosen this time to remember. And that is why it's divine timing and it resonates with you. And when we are all individual expressions, physical expressions of the I am, everything is connected. So with this Hierophant, it is a demonstration of that. And the Hierophant also with this beautiful tree, it reminds me, what is that tree? The baobab tree, the beautiful tree with the branches, the roots that come out. The universe, Mother Nature, it's all there. It's protecting you. You are being guided. You are secure at this time. So let's see what else comes out of this deck. I do love this little deck. Behind that tree, I can see a river. So this is about you letting go. I know that expression, but let go and go with the flow. Try not to make anything happen right now, darling, because you might be mucking up your life path and other people's life path, that bull in the china shop. Let go, sit back, and just take a breather and see what happens. Have some fun with it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Anything else? Well, there you are again. Oh my goodness. Well, that's a beautiful ending for you here. Here is again the Knight of Swords. That's 2 Knight of Swords for you. And you see there, that's the eagle. Very clear message for you. And just another layer of the cake. Well, it's sort of the same, but slightly different layer of the cake. You remember I talked about you leaving negative energy behind and moving forward. The eagle is the bird, the only bird that it's the crow attacks the eagle. And the eagle, and it attacks on the back of the neck. So it's almost comes in, it's sort of unseen, but it's there, that sort of attacking energy. And you may be feeling that in your life right now. But the eagle does not respond. It chooses its battles. It does not respond. It simply flies higher and higher and higher because it has a bigger lung capacity, and the crow falls away. So that analogy for you is that if you are feeling a lot of negativity around you, don't give it attention. That's the only power it has, your attention. Stop talking about it. Try to stop thinking about it. Focus your days on what you love to do, what's fun for you to do. Talk to your inner child. What would your inner child like to do today, this evening, right now? Stop talking about it and focus purely on where you're going. What is your passion, my darling? What do you want to do? What is your life calling? What is your manifestation? And what are your dreams? That's what you're meant to be focusing on right now. And then you'll fly and you'll leave that behind, because that negative energy cannot match. As your vibration rises higher and higher, it'll fall away from you. It'll fall away from you. And it's leading to your happiness, that 9 of Cups, that blessings, that wish fulfillment. And there's that, this is the moon there again for you. I know this is the sun and moon there, but this is the moon there for you. And what I see here is really interesting is you've got 3 cups and 3 cups and 2 cups and 1 cup. And I like the way they've separated. The 2 lots of 3 of cups talks about more than one moment of joy and celebration for you. That's what the Three of Cups is. It's also more than one soul family, soul tribe coming into your life at this time. This one cup here talks about the gift from the universe, but it all comes from that cup of self-love, the self-love you're giving yourself. And then you're being overflowing with love for others. And there you've got the Two of Cups sitting there just by itself. And look what's come out alongside of it. Two of Cups. And they are coming out of a lotus flower there. And a lotus flower is talking about your transformation, your enlightenment, your growth. You've had to go through dark, murky times, but out of it, you are going to come into the beauty of who you are. You are going to really be proud of yourself, and the person that you are going to be connecting with. That person has also been on that same journey. That's why there is a divine timing to things. And that person sees you, and that person understands you. But you know what? You're equally going to be happy with your own space. You're going to love spending time with yourself, because in that stillness, you've learned peace, where before you tried, it was a trauma-based response, a fear-based response to make yourself busy, 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 to stop the mind whirring. But now you're going to welcome in that peace, that stillness, because it's your time. It's your time to hang out with your higher self. And I think that's a really beautiful end to the reading. Oh, no, they've given me one more just as I looked. And we are going to finish. Remember, you started with the 10 of acorns, the 10 of wands here, okay, about being burdened and down. And now we're starting with the world. But you see, the 10 is the end of one cycle, and this is the last card in that cycle, and this is the world card. The world card, you're coming into a time of a rest. You've completed something, something is over. You're always given a rest before you hit a new cycle. And there is going to be a peace and contentedness that's going to come in for you, because of a different perspective that you may have about where you are right now and where you wish to be and what you wish to do about that. And this is the universe, this is the omniverse, this is you creating everything. And you will feel, about sharing your experiences with others as well, which is very beautiful. You are protected, my darling. And I have to just do one more. I'm sorry, I just keep saying them. You've now got the High Priestess, and you've come into the end of a cycle. You're about to hit a brand new cycle, which is so lovely to see. And look how happiness that's going to come in. But part of that, because you've had the 2 cards from the 2 different decks, is the Knight of Swords. You've got to leave this negativity behind. And it doesn't mean like a physical move or anything necessarily. It just means stop paying it attention, stop giving it attention. Silence is extraordinary, because in the silence, you're making the choice not to let it affect you. We wake up in the morning and we wonder what day we're going to have. No, choose. I'm going to have a really happy day today. I choose to be happy. I choose. That is where your consciousness is creating your reality, not your reality creating your consciousness. And that's fun. You can make it fun. You choose. How are you going to be today, tomorrow? I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be content. I'm going to be love. All of those things. It's your choice, my darling. And the High Priestess is about you making that decision to observe all the time and to respect your intuition and to think, what have I been ignoring? What red flags have I been ignoring? What things has my body been trying to tell me? What things has my heart been trying to tell me? What are these experiences been trying to tell me? It's the stand back and observe card, and the understanding that you are incredibly empathic and intuitive, but you need to start listening to it and respecting it. And then you will find that all the answers come in for you. at exactly the right time for you. And that is the magical mystery ride of the universe and the divine timing of it all. So, my darling, I hope that has helped whomever came and listened to this reading today. Have a lovely rest of a Sunday, and I look forward to doing I'm starting again all your star signs. I might do 1 or 2 today, but this next week and I'm just doing a lovely sort of shorter one so I can get through maybe 6 a week. Anyway, I will stop talking now. Enjoy your Sunday and take care, my darlings. Bye bye.